I hope the assignment proved to be an interesting challenge for you. You must have realized that the way to write this test is also using test doubles, but the type of test doubles that we'll have to use here is different from the type of test double that we used for the mock email service. So let's try to go step by step and make this test pass. First of all, I'll fix the compilation issue by replacing the X with a null. Let me run the test and see what happens. As expected, my test failed because of a null pointer exception. This is because I refer to the user repository object in my send registered phone number method, but I am passing a null instead. The next logical step is to create a fake user repository which does nothing and pass it here instead and see what happens, just like in the previous test. I've already created this fake user repository object. As of now, this fake user repository does not do anything. It just implements the user repository contract and returns a null. Let me run the test again and see what's going on. The test has again failed. If you look at the method that we are testing, the test has failed because the send registered phone number method either expects the user repository to return a valid user object or it expects the user repository to throw the exception. Our current test is the success scenario where we are expecting the user repository to return a proper object. So let's see if we can modify a user repository to give us this object. But before we do that, let's understand this type of test double at a conceptual level. To understand this type of test double, we'll use our favorite example, which is car crash testing. In this car crash, instead of focusing on the dummy inside the car, I want you to focus on the obstacle that is hitting the car. This obstacle is not a real car or any real object that you would see on the road. This fake obstacle has only one job: to hit the car under test at a certain force and a certain angle. To make this concept clear, let's look at this image. Here, the car under test is being hit by a dependency, which is this fake obstacle. The job of this fake obstacle is to hit the car at a certain angle and with a certain force. This obstacle does not measure data. Its job is only to provide a certain input to the car. After that, the behavior of the car is measured by some other set of sensors. Let's apply the same concept to the user repository here. In this test, the job of the fake user repository should only be to provide a certain input or provide certain data to the user service. And then whether the user service behaves properly or not is not the job of this fake user repository. We can provide this fake input by returning a hard-coded user object. Let me run the test again and see whether it works. It works. Now let me summarize the second type of test double for you. The second type of test double is not fitted with sensors that capture data. Instead, its job is only to provide certain hard-coded data to the subject under test so that the test can figure out if the subject under test behaves properly or not on being provided a certain set of inputs. This type of test double is called a stub. You might be wondering that this second test double only has one hard-coded return value. Isn't this a little stupid, the way we've implemented this test double? Well, that is the point. We don't want to implement a real user repository. We instead just want a test double which provides us a certain fake input. And then based on that input, we want to check whether our class under test behaves properly or not. But there are more nuances to this second type of test double, and we'll learn about those nuances when we try to write the next test.